Welcome to Scratch, the fun and creative way to learn coding. In this tutorial, we'll take you through the basics of Scratch so you can start creating your own interactive stories, games, and animations. So let's get going. First things first, let's set up Scratch. Head over to the Scratch website at scratch.mit.edu or simply search Scratch on Google Chrome and click on the first link. After clicking the first link, you will head over to the official Scratch website. Then you can go to Create to start a new project. Here we are. You're now in Scratch editor where the magic happens. On the left, you have your coding blocks, and on the right, you can see the stage where your creations come to life. So this is your default sprite called Sprite1. So its default name is Sprite1. The default size of Sprite is 100 and the direction is definitely 90 unless and until it's a tilted one. So this is the Scratch interface. Now let's get familiar with the interface. So this area is called the Sprites palette. So let me show you the Sprites palette. Wait a minute. Sorry, this is called the Sprites palette, and sprites are the characters or objects in your project. Now please pay attention. Objects are called as objects and characters in your projects will be called as sprites, not characters. So you'll always see the name sprite over there. Okay. Now please don't understand it with the sprite, the drinking sprite. This is a different sprite. So you can choose one sprite from the library by clicking here on this mascot and choose a sprite. You can even upload them, like if I want this apple, so this apple would appear over here, and as I told you, the default direction was 90 and size was 100, and the default sprite name, like the first sprite when you enter Scratch you get is Sprite1. It's not like every sprite would be named as Sprite1. So you can do a lot of things. You can paint your own sprite, you can just get surprised by some random sprite by them, and you can even upload a sprite. Um, so you're fantastic. Your sprite is now on the stage. Over on the left, we have the code blocks palette. So this over here is the code blocks palette. These colorful blocks are the building blocks of your program. So these colorful looking blocks like motion blocks, these are called the motion blocks, which help us in doing motion. Like if I go to Sprite1 and just use this, and so this is a motion block called it's making the sprite move 10 steps. Whenever we change its position and there's some movement, we call it motion. So these are called motion blocks. Okay. So over here we have the looks blocks, which like switch costume and next costume, think, say, and everything comes under looks. Then we have the sound blocks. So this is like play sound meow until meow until done, and start sound meow and everything else. So these are the event blocks. These are used when we have to start any event. Like over here, when I went here, so this is an event, and these and I'll take the help of an event block to start it. And just keep this in mind whenever you're coding something on Sprite, I mean Scratch, sorry. You should keep that in mind that you use that first event block that when green flag clicked, move 10 steps. Green flag is like a button which can make it move or start. So now next we have the control blocks. Control, now if, you must have noticed that both the colors look the same of the events and the control block. But events blocks are yellow and control blocks are orange. So control blocks are like which allows to control the sprite, like wait 1 second, if, then, else, wait until, stop all, and those all. These are the sensing blocks, which which help the sprite sense things. Like you have your five sensory organs, just like that. These sense blocks are the sensory codes of the sprite. Then we have operator blocks. So these are operators. These are like these help us operate it. Like not that operate. These are the mathematical operations. I believe you must have heard them. Plus, pick random 1 to 10 and all everything. These are variables. So variables, like this year I studied algebra. So I'll tell what's a variable in algebra. So a variable in algebra is which doesn't have a fixed value. So here also the variable doesn't have a fixed value. You can change its value or action. And then you have this my blocks. You can even make a block. So this was the code interface. Then we have the costumes interface. Like I can just code it. Like there are two costumes for the default sprite. These and this and this. So I can even edit it. Like just see that. I'm not good at coloring. I did that and see what happens. I can even erase that because that doesn't look good. Oh no. Yes. Okay. Then we have the sound block where here we can edit the sounds. Like this was a meow sound. So we can edit it or make it faster or slower, louder or softer, mute or fade in, fade out, reverse, robot, and etc. So now let's make a sprite move. So I should just delete this. No, no, no. I have a good idea. What I'll do, I'll make this sprite move towards that apple. Okay. See, now we'll be clicking the green flag over here. Where I will not be clicking the green flag, I believe right now. No, no, no. That was the coding for it. This sprite. So now let's see. See, it moved 10 steps. We'll have to keep pressing this until and unless a sprite reaches there. So there are a lot of ways to do this. You can even just sorry, you can just even change the value of steps. Like it can be moved 100 steps. Let's just try. So which I think it should be 150 steps. Because 100 steps made it move. Yeah, I think it should be 150 steps. Oh, so I just set the size to 150. I'm sorry. So this should be 150 steps, and let me bring it back. Yes, no, I think it should be 200 steps. It should be 200 steps. Yeah, now just see that. No, it still isn't. I think it should be 250 steps. You just keep on adding oh, I just did something wrong, I think. Yeah, we'll keep on adding and adding steps. This time it definitely reached the apple. Yay, it reached the apple. And see how easy was that? You're already coding. Now let's make a sprite do something else and something from my side. You've just created your first animation and congratulations for that. The possibilities are endless. But let's dive in a bit more detail. So now I'll be telling you the coding basics which we use over here. So in Scratch, we use blocks to give a sprite instructions like you saw over here. I gave my sprite the instruction to move 250 steps. So it moved for 250 steps. So now like if I just say that, you can go to the sound block or say play sound meow until done. So there can be multiple animations and things. Like now I'll make it Wait. Yeah. So as soon as it reaches it, now it will play a meow sound. Just hear that. See, when it reached the apple, it played a meow sound. So what was that? My instruction to the sprite that move to when green flag clicked, move for 250 steps and then play sound meow until done. Okay? Until done means till I have moved. As soon as I move 250 steps, play this sound or maybe something else. So now play around with those different blocks and don't be afraid to experiment. You can always undo if something doesn't go as planned. See, we can just press command and Z and see. So just don't be afraid to experiment. Cause if no if we if humankind would have been afraid to experiment, we wouldn't be sitting under bulbs today. So before we wrap up, let's save your masterpiece. So for saving this, we'll just go to File, Save to your computer, and it will download. So Scratch projects are most of the time in the format of FB.3. Now let's and now I'll show you some of my projects which I've made. Just a minute. I just want to save it. I will just go to my projects, my stuff. Let me show you one of the see inside. There I've made a lot of things. It's just loading. So I had made this Flappy Bird game maybe last year or maybe this year. No, yeah, I remember it. I had made it in April last year, and this was the final outcome. So yeah, you can see, I've I've just done it with the help of these coding blocks. So this is the code for the thumbnail. This is the code for the bird. See, I use such different blocks. So we'll be covering these blocks in detail in the part 2 of this video, which will be out soon after this video is out. And for the pipes, see, for the pipes, because the pipes have to be generated randomly. For the background, for the loose screen, for the retry button, for the menu button, for the start button, for the countdown, and for the title. So yeah, let's see how does the final result look like. So yeah, I had added some background music also to it, and I think I was saying that I had added some background music to it also, and I think you won't be able to hear my voice, so I'll be quiet and just show you. And the special thing is, I'm the master of this game. I created this game. I'm not the master of this game, but I created this game in scratch. I would maybe be the like 100th or 1000th person to create it, but still, and I've made it all by myself with the help of YouTube and everything. But still, I'm not able to surpass levels. So yeah, let's see it. I'll be quiet now. So you saw we can create such wonderful things with Sprite, Scratch. You can't even imagine things. So, and there you have it. You're well on your way becoming a Scratch superstar. Have fun exploring, creating, and coding in Scratch. Till then, namaskar. Bye bye. Have a great day and thank you. Meet you in the next video.